Julie right over here? Is this Julie? No, this is Rhonda. Okay. Rhonda looks kind of shy. Oh, lady. Oh, she wanted the picture. Oh. The lunch is not a bad deal. And you must be Julie. Okay, Julie, if you would go down, you like A&I Roofing out there at Raycott Industrial Park and 4th Street Market, Del Porto's Deli, an 81 Camaro in the winner's circle earlier tonight, car number 70, Bob Wallace. And car number 55, sponsored by S&S Plating, Lennon Brothers Auto Machine, Arcata Muffler, Tom Sourdough Pizza, Resale Lumber, Arcata Body Shop, Arcata Auto, 1988 T-Bird, the Coors Light Silver Bullet, car number 55, Tim Standifer. Row number 2 on the inside, sponsored by Butler Bookkeeping and Tax Service, Redwood Towing Service, John's Automotive, Redway Tire, Don's Auto Parts, Randall Sand and Gravel, Williams Chevrolet. Thanks to Roger, Woody, Al Burns, Greg, Eric, and the crew. From Redway, a 1977 Chevelle, the 41 car, Richard Butler. Car number 71, sponsored by Murray Motors, Cash Oil, Grunert's Plumbing, and A1 Radiator Battery and Muffler, one of our fine Fortuna merchants. As a matter of fact, Murray Motors, for tonight's Speed Stock Challenge, the 1979 Trans Am. Car number 71, Mark Murray. Car number 47, sponsored by Ken's Custom Muffler in Fortuna, the Dipstick in Fortuna, Tony Goslin and Sons Tires, Chandler Building. Special thanks to Bill's Graphics and Burns Auto and Truck Repair. And special thanks to Wormy at Peterson's 4x4. It's a 1974 Chevelle. From Fortuna, car number 47, Mike Portapassi. Car number 29, sponsored by the Dipstick, Hamburger Junction, Western Auto in Fortuna, AGS Auto Electric, A1 Radiator Battery and Muffler, Ken Peterson's Muffler and Humble Tire and Wheel. It's what they call an Olay Oldsmobile body, Chevrolet chassis and engine. Car number 29 from Fortuna, Lonnie Tucker. Car number 28, picking up his first heat race win ever at Redwood Acres Raceway earlier tonight, sponsored by the Sidetrack, A&M Glass, T&W Taxidermy, Tom Sourdough Pizza, RAO Construction, a 1981 IROC Camaro. Car number 28, Tim McCracken. Car number 11, sponsored by AGS Auto Electric in Fortuna, A1 Radiator Battery and Muffler, Tolt Construction, Eel Valley Construction, Fortuna Paint and Body, Big Lee's Elliott Service Center, a 1981 Camaro. Car number 11 from Fortuna, Glenn Shurey. Car number 73, sponsored by A&I Roofing, Big Lee's, and special thanks to Kendra Campbell, car owned by Jim Kerrigan. 1989 Buick Regal, the 73 car, Tim Phillis. Car number 1, sponsored by ARE Racing Engines, Lennon Brothers Auto Machine, K&M Glass, Big Lee's Auto Dismantling, Jamie at the Big Lee's out in Fields Landing, and Sheeman Automotive, the one car owned by Al Berkey. Car number 1, Steve Henderson. And back to car number 4, sponsored by Don's Auto Parts, Redway Tire, John's Automotive, Performance Engine Parts, L&M Renner Incorporated, Eureka and Garberville. Drywall by Master Plan Construction Services, Redway. Also sponsored by Kevin Knox, Union Oil Service in Garberville. Car owners, Bud and Evie Miller. A 79 Pontiac Ventura from Garberville, the 4-car, Eric Graham. And over to car number 16, Fast Qualifier tonight, sponsored by K&M Glass, Napix Auto Electric, RAO Construction, 1981 IROC Camaro, the 16 car, the driver from Eureka, Rusty the Rooster Olson. And back to the 27 car. Thanks to Larry Woodhurst for building the motor and to Tom Helgerson for helping put the number 27 on the racetrack. Car owned by Sonny Kiesner, and the 27 car driven by Pat Walsh. And over to number 7, sponsored by Simpson Timber, California Body Shop, Fortuna Union. Special thanks to everybody, Jeep and all the rest of the crew. It's a Dillon chassis. 88 Buick Regal, car number 7, Matt Kunkler. And over to the 23 car, sponsored by Starburst Auto in Fortuna, Russ Fiasca, Don's Rental. Anderson Motors, used cars of Eureka. All Union 76, Fortuna Paint and Glass, lettering by Andy Silva. Thanks to Tom Sellers, Randy Bird, Cindy Andrews, Matt Jeep, and all the crew. From Eureka, car number 23 in the Camaro, 72 Camaro, Sean Andrews. And over to the 18 car, 1971 Nova, sponsored by the Playroom in Fortuna. Car number 18 from Fortuna, Bob Thomas. And back to the 00 car. Don't know too much about this car. It looks like early 70s Nova, we believe. The 00 car from Eureka, Rod Meyer. And if you look at our lineup, you'll notice that we do have some of the slower cars in the back of the pack. Normally we have a completely inverted start, and the officials choosing at this time to place some of the cars with much slower qualifying times in the back of the pack. Normally we look at about 2 or 3 seconds. If a car is 2 or 3 seconds off the top time, the officials can exercise the option of starting those cars in the back of the pack. Rusty Olson, your fast qualifier, and the 5 cars behind him would have been slower in competition in timing tonight. So you might call this a modified inverted start with some of the slower cars in the back of the pack. And that really gives a bit of an advantage to Bob Wallace and Tim Standifer. Ordinarily, those 5 cars would be up in front. As we get set for a 17-car field, our Fortuna Merchants Street Stock Challenge. Lots of money and, of course, all the points on the line for that track championship. Bob Wallace, Tim Standifer, Richard Butler, Mark Murray, top 4 cars, then back to Cortopassi in the 47 car, and Tucker at 29. Our Coastal Auto Mart Trans Am pace car brings him around. 50 laps of racing. This will be the longest street stock main on the asphalt, the richest purse, and I believe our biggest field ever of these cars. And we'll come around this time around. Let's get everybody to give these guys a big cheer and a big send-off. Wind it up. Let them hear you out there. 59 laps of racing. One more time around and we'll go green. Everybody in the field starting to pick up the pace. Lots of butterflies, getting really nervous, bunching up, bumper to bumper. Through turn 3 and 4, Wallace leads them down the line. There's a green. Rambling into turn number 1. Let's see if everybody makes it through okay. So far, so good. And Standifer gets out in front. The rest of the pack really maneuvering for position. Bob Wallace in the 70 car with Butler. And Murray right behind him. A little problem in turn 4, but manages to hang on. And Tim Standifer, who had real problems qualifying that car, starting to try to pull away from the rest of the field. A real dogfight in the middle of that pack. Shuri and Henderson and Mark Murray battling for position. Steve Henderson in the 1 car, Murray in 71, Shuri in 11. And Bob Wallace hanging on for second place. Moveover flag being shown for Andrews, and Sean Andrews with a problem on the 23 car, trying to stay out of trouble. And the rest of the field comes around, and it looks like Andrews is not going to make it. He's coasting to a stop, and we will show our first yellow as the leader, Standifer, comes back to the line. Trying to get everybody slowed down, racing back for position. It gets kind of dicey here. Everybody almost makes it through. That's what happens sometimes when too many people try to slow down too quick. It doesn't take much. And look at that number 29 car. Lonnie Tucker. I can't believe that car's still running. Does that go in frontwards or backwards? I think he's going backwards. No? No, that car's going forward. I don't believe that. Look at that. That car's still running. Tucker with major problems, and also involved down there that beautiful. Flatman Tim McEwen giving an indication to the drivers to bunch them up nice and tight. And the sign going out one more time around, and we'll get set to go racing. Bob Wallace, Richard Butler, and Glenn Shurey, and Standard says, hey, I'm ready to go racing. Let's go, gang. And there's the green. Immediately trying to get on the outside of Butler for third place, and Butler takes him right up to the line. Shurey makes it work so far. Butler stays right with him on the inside. A battle for third place. Leads that pack of cars into 1 and 2, and the rest of the field will move around the 18 car of Bob Thomas. Anderson in the 55 car, the leader. Look at this scramble over in turn number 3. Heavy traffic as they come back to the line. And there's the challenge for Fortuna Street Stock. Fortuna Merchant Street Stock Challenge underway as Glenn Shurey now picks up second place, and Henderson tries to follow it through. Standifer in the silver bullet is got some traffic doors on. Rob Meyer in the 00 car goes to the outside, and Standifer makes his way through. This is where it gets very interesting and sometimes very frustrating for the lead cars. Trying to get through some of this long traffic can be very dicey as the lead cars make their way through. There's Standifer. Wallace in the 70 car starting to drop back as some of the faster qualifiers make their way around him. And now that the second, third, and fourth place cars have some easy running room, let's see if they can make a challenge on Standifer. Now, Henderson on the inside, trying to catch the inside line. Number 12 underway, and there's your leader, the silver Standifer. And that's four cars, very evenly matched. Steve Henderson, Eric Graham, Glenn Shurey, and McCracken. Graham in the number 4 Pontiac challenging the number 1 Camaro of Steve Henderson. And McCracken trying on the inside of Shurey. 50 laps will be the longest race these guys have ever run, and they've got to start thinking about that. It's not going to be easy. They've got to stay out of trouble. Flatman Tim McEwen giving an indication to some of the slower cars to stay the outside line and let the quicker guys get by. The 16 car moving on the inside of Tim McCracken. Rusty Olson trying to make a move. A problem down at turn 4 brings out the yellow as Butler spot in turn 4. That's the line. Standifer brings it back. And Henderson in the 1 car. Graham in 4, Shurey and Olson. And Richard Butler in the 41 car finding a little problem down on turn number 4. Incident, the red flag incident back several laps ago. And he may be an additional lap down. He may be 2 laps down to the leaders. That's unofficial at this time. 23 car of Sean Andrews out of action. Tim Standifer says, or Tim McEwen says one more time around, and we'll get back to racing. Plenty of time left. Lap number 17 of 50 long, hard laps. And this is where some of these guys will try to get a little extra advantage. Watch it closely in 3 and 4. There's the green. Let's see how they handle it. And Henderson uses some traffic to keep Graham behind him. And Glenn Shurey gets in trouble, and a bunch of cars get by the 11 car of Glenn, who is our point leader going into this event. Rusty Olson going way high in turn 4. The 4 car is going to try to make some kind of move on Steve Henderson. Bob Wallace in the 70 car having a problem slowing down in turn 1 and 2. And Wallace in the 70 car exiting the racetrack. And here comes the leader, Standifer, working on traffic. And your fast qualifier has made his way up to 4th place. And those top 4 cars starting to close up the gap. And Standifer now working in traffic and realizing that he has some faster qualifiers behind him. Let's see how they handle this one. Look at that. Olsen will try the outside of Graham in traffic. Henderson has got some decisions to make. If he has got the power in the handling, how is he going to make a move on Standifer? Try and swing out to the outside or just try and dump him on the inside? And those top 3 cars, everybody watching the cars in front of them, behind them. Fast qualifier cannot quite get up with the rest of the pack to make a challenge. McCracken in the 28 car running 5th, and then Phillips in the 73 car, the 6th place car at the moment. Halfway through our scheduled 50-lap main, and now Olsen on the inside of Graham. Rusty Olsen hits the inside line on Eric Graham's Pontiac and makes the move, picking up 3rd place here on lap number 25. And now Olsen is setting his sights on Henderson's number 1 Camaro. And Olsen into the side of the 1 car. And we're down the hill. Rusty Olsen in the 15 car, tapping into Steve Henderson. In the 1 car still waiting to get underway. Okay, no major problems there, but he will be a lap down to the leaders as he did not make it back to the yellow flag. So laps. Standifer, Olsen, Graham, McCracken, Phillips, and Shurey, your top cars. There's the green. And the top qualifiers hurrying into the back straightaway. McCracken gets a little out of shape, and Phillips in the 73 car, the Buick Regal, slips by the inside for 4th place. Henderson in that 1 car would be a lap down unofficially to the leaders. He did not make it back to the yellow. And now Eric Graham in the Pontiac challenging Olsen on the inside. And Olsen hangs on. Graham slipping down on the inside on Olsen. Eric Graham middle. And trying to lengthen out that lead as Graham will try to stalk him down. And don't count out the 73 car. Phillips in the Buick Regal has done some excellent racing out here. And before it's over, he could become a factor. It's taken him a while to make his way through the back. Tim Phillips in the 73 car already has a second place finish this year. And he would very much like to get in that winner's circle. And now Standiford, Graham, the rest of the field trying to move into traffic. Unofficially a lap down for the leaders. Look out, turn number 3, back at the middle up against the wall as the leaders come back to the line. The yellow flag is down. Lap number 37, and Andrews decides to quickly get into the infield. And that'll slow everybody down. Still lots of racing time. Tim Standiford, Eric Graham, Rusty Olson, Tim Phillips, Tim McCracken, Glenn Shurey. Top 6 cars in line as they line up bumper to bumper out of turn 4. There's the green. And these guys fighting it out for that points championship. Remember, Glenn Shurey is the current points leader going into this program. He stands right behind him. In the point standings. Lap number 38. Plenty of racing time left. Eric Graham really driving in hard into those turns. In the Pontiac, Olsen gets a little slow down at turn 4 in the Camaro. Guys are turning times of about 17.5 seconds in race traffic, so they're putting on a pretty good speed performance in this street stock. And Phillips in the 73 car got a little out of shape over there in turn 3, but finished wrapping up pretty quick. Number 41. And the last flicking away, Standiford picking up that lead in the early going has had it pretty easy so far. And if Graham and Olsen and Phillips have anything left in those race cars, they're going to have to start putting the press on real soon. And Wallace in the 70 car back on the racetrack, but still experiencing some problems. Cannot catch up with Tim Standiford in the T-Bird. And he picks it by Graham in trouble. Eric Graham in the 4 car shuts it down. He's out of action. And Olsen in the 16 car will inherit second place. A tough race for Eric Graham in the 4 car. That car just not able to make the full 50 laps tonight. Remember, this is our longest street stock main that we've had out here. And Now, Standifer in a little bit of traffic. Himself. Olsen in the 15 car running second. Third place to Tim Phillips and fourth in the 28 car. Here comes the leader, Tim Standifer, making his way through traffic. Second place, the 16 car, Rusty Olsen. 73, Tim Phillips, 28, Tim McCracken. And Standifer right now just kind of wishing and hoping that nobody comes to follow him. As he comes by, he'll be looking for the white flag next time around. The leader down the back straightaway right behind Richard Butler in the 41 car. He'll get the white flag this time around. Time around, car number 55, Tim Standifer, and then Olsen, Phillips, and McCracken. And Tim Standifer on his way to second win of 1989, and second win in a row. He's caught up behind Butler. Looks like it's going to be a factor at the line. Tim Standifer, Rusty Olsen, Tim Phillips, and Tim McCracken, car number 28. And those top four cars. Of course, everything unofficial. Hard to say who's going to pick up fifth place with all the lap cars in action out there. Our Tim Standifer. And unofficially with that finish, this of course is unofficial, that should move Tim